Hey fellow comrades, how you guys been doing? It's your boys in here, and today we have a match, basically a rematch against Retronyte, and this match was something else, man. This match was definitely something else. I'm gonna save up before hitting the streets and getting this match going on. I have to admit some stuff. Last time in our previous battle, first battle, he really didn't come in complete. These Pokemon stats were kind of messed up, but that's okay. It happens here, and we're all human. We make mistakes. But with mistakes, let's get right into this match. So Spania, his Fortress is gonna lead with my Ultima, threatening with a Fire Punch. Like, I'm just really hoping he's thinking like a Thunderbolt, Sahik, Shadow Ball, Destiny Bound, Hypnosis stuff going around. But no, he actually does switch out to his Tyranitar. Such a great switch on his behalf. I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I know Pursuit is coming. May as well go for the explosion, get some damage in there. It's not the best situation, but generally speaking, if I don't have Hypnosis and risking that high chance of a miss, I may as well do this. So I go to my Machamp, force him out. So I do the double switch to try to scout in a way to see what he's got. Maybe he's got a ghost type like Gengar. So I switch out to my Starmie, and he does have Mismagus. I think it's called Misdreavus, right? In this generation it's called Misdreavus. I haven't fought this Pokemon a lot, but what I know is that most of them tend to have Minlook, Parasound, and so forth. So I decided to go for the serve, trying to do as much damage as I can. I do get a lucky crit here. That is pretty huge, considering he does try to lock me into this situation. And since Minlook has happened, means that he's got this combination of Minlook and Parasound. Absolutely devastating situation. Still, I'm thinking to myself, okay, he's got Protect. And when I saw Protect, I was like, are you serious? You got Minlook, Parasound, Protect. So this is like a combination of Rest. So it's pretty much just a Rest Minlook Trapper that if you don't take this Pokemon down in 3 shots, you're pretty much gonna be a goner, right? But here's the thing. I think I do enough damage with my Surf to where I'm not as frightened as I could have been. Still, Chansey comes in. Kudos to my opponent, Retronyte, for using Chansey instead of Blissey. Huge difference. I switch out to my my Scizor, but he Zap Cannons and actually connects. Gets the 100% paralyzation chance. Of course, Zap Cannon is 50% chance to hit. He does get that roll. That was incredible on his behalf. I decide to go for a sub as he decides to Heal Bell his Misdreavus to pretty much wake up from sleep. So I'm thinking, okay, let's just go for the Sword Dance. Let's see what happens. I got Hidden Power Buck and I got Hyper Beam for that late game. Now it is way too early. It is really way too early. Honestly, Hyper Beam compared to other moves that I got may not be a good situation, but it is very situational. But that's what we're using it. So I switch out to Zapdos. He does go for the Minlook. I know he's gonna do that. He's definitely gonna try to trap me, knowing that he resists the bug, which is something we tend to forget. I don't know about you, but I always tend to forget bug. As a ghost type, you kind of resist that. So Gengar resists bug 4 times, from my understanding. Still, he does go for the Parasound. I'm noticing that since Surf did so much damage, Thunderbolt is gonna be a solid 2-shot. He does know this, so he switches out to his Chansey, gets the paralyzation. That was incredibly lucky. Miracle Berry hits, which was something I wasn't expecting from a Hubel Pokemon, by the way. That is so random, dude. I give you props on it because that is extremely random. Ice Beam, even after being super effective, doesn't really do any damage. And this is where him having a Blissey would actually, outside of cool points, would actually kind of work. But speaking of working out, Zap Cannon hits twice in a row. Gets me paralyzation on my chat, my Machamp. And I'm thinking to myself, man, I know a switch is coming. I know a switch is coming to a ghost type or something like that. I wasn't expecting Fortress to come in, but I was kind of expecting the ghost type to come in to take on the cross chop and so forth. Try to play with my mind a little bit. Still, I'm thinking to myself, man, Gengar is down. It's pretty bad, to be honest. I'm thinking about actually using Shadow Ball on my Gengar. I don't know why. It's very situational, but I've noticed that there are situations like this that I would really want to have Shadow Ball, but then again, Tyranitar kind of stops it, so maybe Dynamic Punch should be the way to go. Having that 50%, coin roll pretty much going around. Zapdos against Misdreavus, he needs to switch out to his big Kirby. I'm thinking to myself, man, are you serious? You're not even pink. You're not Kirby. This is Snorlax. Now, when you face a Snorlax, you need to do one thing. You need to switch out your Miltank. Because Miltank against a Snorlax, and most Snorlax go for the Curse, right? So Curse is a huge problem. This guy goes for a sub. Definitely not something I was expecting. That is absolutely devastating. He's a sub cursing set. Now, I would imagine he's got sub, curse, some sort of offensive move, and rest, perhaps, who knows. But I'm definitely trying to play by these rules. I'm thinking maybe he's got Earthquake, maybe he doesn't. Nobody knows. So basically, I'm trying to curse away, and this is very devastating turns of events because Miltank Ultra. I'm really debating on how powerful is Miltank after +6, right? Because the defenses are absolutely astronomical. You're not gonna one-shot this without a crit. You're not gonna two-shot it. Highly unlikely, maybe if it's a Marowak with Earthquake and so forth, with Pickup. But it's not gonna happen. So we're both pretty much maxing our stats regarding our speed, minimized and maximized defense and attack. But here's the difference, right? So Snorlax has got a significant amount of more attack than its defense, generally speaking. Now, special defense, on the other hand, is a different story. While Ultra Miltank is the opposite. It's got amazing defense, not that great of an HP compared to Snorlax, but where it stands out is the instant recovery. So go for the body slam. One is not enough to break it up. That is actually quite devastating. He does review double edge. Double edge, I'm thinking to myself, man, if you got only double edge, you need to actually rely on a crit. Because while I do not break your sub, you're still getting some recoil, kind of negating the leftover damage. I mean, not leftover damage, but leftover recovery. And body slam is definitely going to be 2-shot. So I'm gonna go for that body slam, get some damage. I do get a lucky paralyzation, which is actually pretty big because if he goes for the sub, there's always that high chance, not really high, but you know what I mean. So I think it's a 1 out of 4 chance to get the paralyzation, which is pretty huge. So I go for the body slam, try to get damage. I know next one is gonna break its sub, and I can kind of go from that. That double edge recoil damage is gonna negate its leftover recovery. And I'm gonna decide to go for the Miltank. Now, I was debating, right? This is a huge counter. Now, people can make counter arguments to this. If everybody is like hyping up Snorlax, but I think it's all about Miltank, to be honest. I think Cursey Miltank is an absolute behemoth. I do not have Q-Bell on this one. I have Earthquake and Body Slam for that better coverage than normally running monos, normal. Offensive perspective, which I did last time, so I decided to change by replacing Q-Bell with Earthquake. So I'm gonna go for the body slam. This time around, 2 body slams should be enough to break it up. He does go for the double edge, even +6. I got the massive amount of defense that pretty much kind of counters his special defense. Just in this case, Snorlax is a physical attacker, so I'm in a better situation. I do go for the body slam, just comes close to that breaking point where I realize, man, Miltank is just doing not enough damage where it breaks us up. And I know this is super, how do you call it, super, situational, but it is what it is. So basically, Ultra is still in here. I'm getting that instant recovery while he's got that high chance of being paralyzed each turn it happens, which happens just about now. Beautiful turn because I go for the Earthquake in case he switches out his Tyranitar, try to get some more damage in there, but expecting a body slam or maybe even a Misdreavus. But Body Slam on a Fortress switch doesn't really do that much, but still does enough. And the reason I say it's enough is because with a combination of Earthquake, Body Slam and Earthquake combination should be enough to take it out. Not before Fortress decide to put up some spikes for the sake of my other Pokemon. So, okay, I'm thinking to myself, okay, Fortress is down, right? So, one-on-one against Snorlax, we had the upper hand because we have instant recovery while he doesn't. Now, Misdreavus, on the other hand, is a nuisance. So I'm thinking, okay, Parasound is definitely coming in. This will force me to switch out, but it will not force me to switch out too early as long as I play my cards right. So Misdreavus is down after seeing how much Body Slam does, resisting Fortress. Pretty much it's going to be easy shot, one shot there. Tyranitar coming in, I know fully well he's going to switch out to his flying type, that's why I decided to go for the Body Slam instead of Earthquake. That's super effective against Tyranitar, and I don't think Body Slam will actually take it out. So I do hit this Pokemon on switch. Gyarados, though, such a big threat, not when I'm +6, because pretty much Leftovers is going to recover, I would assume, most of my HP. And Gyarados, from my understanding, my opponent, he said he loves this Pokemon being used late game. So, Chansey coming in, okay, because of Parasound, we kinda need to switch out. We're pretty much forced to it. Chad, knowing that he's got Chansey, he's got Tyranitar, so what I decided to do is, for him to softball allows me to have a free turn going around. Luckily, I didn't get paralyzed. I was able to get to back to sleep. And this will allow me to Sleep Dog, either Cross Chop or Rest or Rock Slide. Now, it's okay because Tyranitar cannot two-shot me, so I got a lot of turns here. Luckily, I did get a Cross Chop at his face. Chad doing absolute work. He's got Tyranitar, Snorlax, and Chansey. Running Chansey and Snorlax on the same team is not a good idea, especially if you got Machamp going around. Such a beast. Get a crit, not really that useful considering the situation we're in. Crit or not, that would definitely have taken it out, and Chance is going to be the last Pokemon standing, which in a couple of minutes, not the minutes, but a couple of seconds, it's massive HP, takes forever. Even with the speed up button, it's like, I think it's 10 times speed up. It's pretty crazy, but Chance is going to be taken down. So honestly, that was a very enjoyable match. I will be honest, at the beginning, the way the match went with my Explosion Gengar, losing my Ghost type, very early in second generation is absolutely insane. But the reason I exploded is because I was expecting him to pursue. Now, it doesn't really change the fact that Snorlax versus Miltank, it was like the actual endgame, you know? It's not mid-game, because we all know that if you get +6 on anything, normally if nothing one-shots you, the next Pokemon is going to be taken down. And this is exactly what happened. So I think he played his cards right by using Parasound to get rid of my Miltank eventually, forcing me to switch out to kind of like preserve my winning condition. But the winning condition was Machamp. After the Misdreavus was taken out, my winning condition definitely became the Machamp Pokemon. So, pick of the match, Retronyte, appreciate it. Go check him out, guys. He will upload his side of the video as well. And that's gonna be it for me. So yeah. Have a great rest of the night, day, whichever time zone you're in. Keep it healthy because that is the most important thing. And, see you guys next time. Peace out.